Nate Leszewski flies in for the rebound for the Irish.
Leszewski's going to have to rebound a lot this year. You know, with the loss of John Moon, this team into the big dance like he's done basically everywhere he's coached.
Yeah. Here's Leszewski. Good look at three.
Great ball movement. One of those start to fall, and once one goes in, you know what shooters start thinking. It's time to heat up.
Oh, look out below as Durham goes to the summit and comes down hard.
On the rim, I love this pass. Up high, look at the young people. Get that ball up to the rim.
Just 5 to shoot. Ryan off a screen finds Sanders, has to put it up, beats the buzzer, and knocks it in.
Wow, that is a great take. Absolute great take, great look.
For the Titans' leading scorer, one of the best scorers in the country, second returning scorer in the NCAA, coming into his junior year as Cormac Ryan rips the cord from distance.
Great effort on the boards there. Great effort, had great looks.
Ryan for three, it's good. What a big sequence. 5 to shoot. Hub had it taken away. Good hands that time by Johnson. Here comes Matt Johnson, tries to Euro step his way in. Ryan comes from behind to block it out of bounds.
Wow, that was kind of unique there. As you see him go here, took a step, he kind of tripped himself. Fortunately, the Irish knocked the ball out of bounds.
Two really quality teams. We're talking about two legitimate, top 10, top 15 teams. You look at Illinois and Michigan State. I say Illinois. Last night was a scary performance. Raised $7.4 million. I can't wait for our gala this year. We're hoping that it's live. Muffin McGraw is going to be one of our honored guests. Big three right there.
Nobody even had time to really scout each other on this, but North Carolina does a great job on back-to-back defensive possessions.
Carolina took it away and then gave it up. Here comes Prentice Hub, 2-on-1 for the Irish if they hurry.
I know you mentioned it earlier, Wes, when you talked about Coach Young wanting this game to trend towards the 60s as opposed to the 80s. And early observation is it's headed that way.
Deep three, Cormac Ryan buries it. Much needed three from the Stanford transfer. Inside and one. Cormac Ryan, back-to-back buckets.
Excellent backdoor cut. That's how you loosen up that deep.
Really never got it to single digits in the second half. It's a great take from Cormac Ryan. He's been a bright spot in this second half, Malcolm.
Trying to get its first ACC win, and their first win since before Christmas. It would be win number 4 of the season. Cormac Ryan's got it turned around, his second made bucket. Couple of shot fakes from Cormac Ryan. Now he hoists and hits. And an excellent start for Notre Dame here on the road, up by 10.
At Notre Dame, and right now he's been the guy on the offensive end of the floor early in this one.
Ryan with a clean look will stick that. He had a great game on Saturday.
He sprains his ankle. They've had to deal with injuries to Cormac Ryan, to Jogo. They've had different guys in and out of the lineup.
Leszewski has not been much of a factor in this game, and he has arguably been their best player. He's been one of the better players in the ACC this year. And cufflinks, in that closet. What do you do with all that stuff?
Jay Wright's going to wear a suit. I mean, again, regardless as to whether they relax it or not, Jay Wright will be back in a suit. And so that's just a staple of this program, playing defense without fouling, and they did a tremendous job of that tonight.
Georgia Tech started 0 for 5 with 3 turnovers. That Notre Dame defense, the story early. Nate Leszewski buries the 3, and it's an 11-2 lead for the Irish 5 minutes in.
That's really good defense by Alvarado. Notre Dame's having a tough time just catching the ball.
Great handle. Cormac Ryan fought off Alvarado and put it in for 2. Cormac Ryan off the drive. That's 10 straight makes between these two teams, 5 each. Cormac Ryan, great feed to Nikola Jogo.
Canada, his parents moved to Ontario in the 90s to escape the Civil War in Yugoslavia. hasn't quite found his footing in terms of being a consistent producer for the Fighting Irish. All 4 of his shots, he has 11.
Well, he flattened out, got all the way to the corner, and that's what gave him the open look. Look, I think highly of the Noles. I just think there are other teams throughout the country that are more dynamic, more physical, more polished.
Couple of rebounds, and we've seen him be explosive going to the basket.
He's a fighter. I mean, that's what you're asking a kid to do. And you see the shot-ready feet. I mean, that was one of the... it goes in, so who cares? I mean, done. Yeah.
Ryan inside off the great feed from Hub, and Cormac Ryan has dropped 21 in the first half. Notre Dame has never led in this game. There's Ryan, and he continues his hot shooting. Cormac Ryan.
Yeah, the motion offense for Notre Dame is really good. They've got 3 out, 2 in right now. Great ball movement, knockdown shot.
They're unable to knock down the 3 from the corner. As Cormac Ryan finds Juwan Durham, a nice find.
Wow, the Cardinals were in a pretty serious drought, and they could not do much. Ryan sinks it from three-point land, and a timeout.
It is fun to watch, but there are times where he can go quiet, and he needs to find ways to impact the game outside of shot making. That's where the evolution comes. A couple of runouts here for the Irish. Great look, electing to go off the bounce. Seamless in movement. Dane Goodwin is paramount. And so many times tonight, help side defense has let down this Irish team defensively.
Still a long way to go in a 10-point game. Cormac Ryan is driving, took the contact, and he gets the roll, and he's got a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And you could tell that Ryan liked the matchup with the slower Scott. Never really beat him.
NC State turns up the pressure after a made basket. Beautifully broken. First time since 1973 and 1974. They close out this game. That'll be 5 straight road wins in the ACC.
Jogo passes up an open opportunity.
Dane Goodwin's also come off the bench for Notre Dame. And Cormac Ryan has his first 3 of the afternoon.
The fact that he had a conversation with his team is Nam looks at the 3, and not to say he can't make that, but I'm not sure that's the shot Florida State wants right now. But that's definitely what Notre Dame wants early in the game.
And again, it's 1 and done for the Seminoles. Trey Wirtz has it poked away. And Cormac Ryan tries to settle it down, finds the cutting teammate Dane Goodwin for the layup.
Have a quicker step to the basketball off a loose ball. Played heavy minutes in this one, and you can see he is fatigued at this point. Coach Ham probably going to have to get him a break at some point before the end of this game. I talked to him later. There was no talk of Moses Wright as ACC Player of the Year at that time. And again, you're talking less than a month ago, and all of a sudden, 6 great games.
Now down to 6. He makes the move, and a block by Ryan. Ryan across midcourt. Here's the long one. At the buzzer!